Hi dear children, welcome to ELGA 15 Unit 3 revision class. Unit name is Introduction to Poetry. Make sure you have student reader, worksheet and notes at all point of time. Today we are going to revise types of sentences, transformation of sentences and question tags from grammar component. I want you all to read this poem along with me. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Could any of the horses or men put Humpty together again? These are the two questions you want to answer for me. How are these three sentences different from each other? What are these sentences telling us? Take a minute and think on the question. Let's learn the difference between them. Yes, look at the first sentence. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. It's telling some information for me, isn't it? Humpty was sat on a wall, like that it is giving some information. Let's look at the second sentence. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, showing surprise or a strong emotion. Coming to the last sentence, could any of the horses or men put Humpty together again? They are asking questions for us. It is an asking question. Yes. Now we will revise all the types of sentences. We have three types of sentences. The first one is a telling, second one is a surprising, and the third one is questioning. These are the three types of sentences. So let's learn these sentences. What the meaning of telling sentences? So telling sentences are nothing but it tells a fact or opinion. Always remember it should end with a full stop. Coming to the second sentence, it is a surprise sentence. It shows a strong emotion or surprise and always it ends with the exclamatory mark. Coming to the third type of sentence, it is a questioning sentence. It asks a question, ends with the questioning mark. It is going to ask a question, and always remember when you are writing or saying the questioning sentence should end with the question mark. Yes. Now moving to the next concept, it is a transformation of sentences. So how we are going to transfer sentence? Now we will see how to change a telling sentences to a yes or no question. So there will be a sentence, we are supposed to change that sentence to a yes or no question. Let's learn how to do that one. Yes. There is a one sentence, my friend had spoken to me about the faith. This is one telling sentence. I want to change this sentence to a yes or no question. So how I supposed to do that one? The first step, we are supposed to find the helping verb in that sentence. So I want you all to say what is the helping verb here? Yes, add. So that helping verb we are going to write the first, and the place of subject changes. Obviously if the had comes first, the place of the subject automatically it moves to the next place. And had my friend. And always remember whenever you are saying the question, you are supposed to end this sentence with a question mark. Had my friend spoken to me about the faith. Yeah, here in this sentence there is a helping verb add. If some sentences will be, they might not have the helping verb. In that cases, what we supposed to do? Let's learn. Yes. My friend spoke to me about the fair. If you observe, there is no helping verb in the sentence. In this case, what we are supposed to do? Yes. Before that, I want you all to say the sentence is in which tense? Yes, it is in a past tense because the verb is in V2 form. Isn't it? If the verb is in V2 form, obviously the sentence is a past tense. So if the sentence is a past tense, we should add did in the first. The question always starts with the did and the place of subject changes. Did my friend. And coming to the third, it's a verb and the verb V2 form will changes to the V1 form. What is the V1 form of spoke? Obviously the answer is speak. So answer is did my friend speak to me about the faith? The question mark should always added at the end. Yes. The sentence is in the past. If the sentence is in the present, if the sentence should be in the present, what is our condition? Yes, the verb should be is in V1 form. It is in V1 form. So, if the verb is in V1 form, obviously we call it as a present tense. So, to add the question mark or yes or no, what we supposed to do? First, we should see the subject. If the subject is in singular or plural? Yes, it is a singular. If the subject is singular, we should add does or we should start with the does. If the subject is a plural, we should start with the do. And the place of the subject changes. Does my friend. And we use the main verb in the base form. Because the subject is in singular, we added s to the verb. So, we should remove the s and we should write it as a speak. And we should add the question mark at the end. Does my friend speak to me about the faith? We should end with the question mark. Yes. Here some of the examples we have. Identify the following questions or yes or no questions. I am going to read for you. Who kept the notebook here? What is your name? Does she like her name? What color is this shirt? Is the cup clean? Have you eaten food? Which ice cream did you order? I want you all to identify which questions are yes or no questions. Yes, you are right. Does she like her name? Is the cup clean? Have you eaten food? These 3 questions we can answer like yes or no. Coming to the third concept, it is a question tags. So what is a question tag? Question tags are the short questions or phrases that we put at the end of the telling sentences. We do this to turn the sentence into a question. It is mostly used in the spoken English. While we are speaking, we use this more. Always separated from the sentence with a comma. For example, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Didn't he? It is separated with comma and this we call it as a question tag. When do we use question tags? Sometimes when we are unsure or we are not sure about it or something, we ask a question to clarify. One way to ask a yes or no question is to add a question tag to the telling sentence. To write a question tags, we use the following rule. First, we should start with a helping verb plus not if the sentence is positive plus pronoun for the subject. If the subject is a girl, we should use a pronoun as a she. If it is a boy, we should use as a he. Like that, we are supposed to use the pronoun for respective subjects. There were some rules, we will learn those. The first rule is if the sentence is positive, a negative question tag is used. If the sentence is positive, we should use a negative question. My granny is good at juggling. Here it is a positive sentence. We should add with a negative tag. Isn't she? Understood? Coming to the second rule, if the sentence has a helping verb, then the question tag will start with the same helping verb. My granny is good at juggling. Yeah, what is the helping verb in this sentence? Is. We should start with the same helping verb. Isn't she? In this sentence, you can observe is and isn't are same helping verbs. Coming to the third rule, if the subject is a pronoun, then the pronoun will be used in the question tag. Here, if you see, it is a my granny. It is not a pronoun. It is a subject. So, respective pronoun we used. When it comes to the third rule, yeah, here it starts with the pronoun only. She is good at juggling. So, we will use the same pronoun in the question tag. Isn't she? Here in this sentence, same pronoun is used. These are the 3 rules we used in the question tag. And I want you all to complete your worksheets in the leftover time. And if you have any doubt, feel free to contact at all point of time. Happy learning.